Amy Slaton plotting an exit from £1,000 Sisters for this surprising hobby? Fans shocked by what she's doing now. When whispers first began to swirl in fan forums about Amy Slaton's possible departure from £1,000 Sisters, most viewers rolled their eyes. After all, Amy had been part of the show since day one. The quirky, warm-hearted younger sister, navigating weight loss, motherhood, and a life that was always a little louder than most, she was a staple. But in early 2025, the whispers grew teeth. By the time February rolled around, multiple anonymous sources were claiming Amy had been pouring her heart, and a lot of her free time, into a hobby so unexpected that even close friends reportedly needed a minute to process it. It wasn't fitness. It wasn't makeup tutorials. It wasn't even the typical celebrity pivot to lifestyle branding. It was miniature diorama art. Yes, painstakingly detailed, hyper-realistic, showbox-sized scenes of life, dollhouse kitchens with tea kettles smaller than a thumbprint, country porches with rocking chairs no bigger than a dime, and entire fairytale villages lit up by tiny LED lanterns. And Amy wasn't dabbling. She was obsessed. The story goes like this. One rainy afternoon last fall, Amy took her two boys, Gage and Glenn, to a local craft fair. While the kids were fixated on the candy stalls, Amy wandered into a vendor tent filled with miniature furniture. "I thought they was toys," she later told a friend. "Then I saw this tiny pie on a plate, and I don't know what happened, my brain just went, I need this in my life." From that day forward, Amy began collecting tiny items, at first just a few, for the boys to play with. But it quickly spiraled. Soon she was watching YouTube tutorials on how to sculpt a carrot out of polymer clay. She started ordering resin molds from online shops in Japan. And then came the power tools, a precision craft saw, a hot glue gun with interchangeable nozzles, and even a miniature lathe. By Christmas, her kitchen table had been permanently converted into a crafting station. "You couldn't sit down to eat without moving a tiny Victorian armchair out the way," joked her sister Amanda. What started as a personal escape began to gain attention. Amy, always savvy about engaging her fanbase, started posting time-lapse videos of her building these dioramas on TikTok. The internet did what the internet does. It fell in love. Her most viral video, a 30-second clip of a miniature Southern-style kitchen complete with a biscuit tray, lace curtains, and a working flickering fireplace, hit 5.4 million views in less than a week. Comments flooded in. "Forget £1,000 Sisters, give Amy her own craft show. I could watch her make tiny chairs forever. This is so therapeutic and wholesome." Brand deals trickled in. Craft supply companies sent free materials. Etsy sellers reached out to collaborate. Soon Amy was earning real money, not just social media pennies, from custom orders and sponsored content. For TLC, this was both exciting and problematic. On the one hand, Amy's new hobby was great for publicity. On the other, production insiders claimed it started interfering with filming. She'd show up to set late because she was finishing a piece, one crew member allegedly told a gossip outlet. Sometimes she'd bring her crafting supplies to shoots and try to work between takes. That's fine if we're filming at her house, but it's hard to get a dramatic family scene going when Amy's in the background gluing shingles on a dollhouse roof. Some producers reportedly worried that Amy's growing independence could mean she didn't need the show as much anymore. If her diorama career took off, she could walk away, and £1,000 Sisters without Amy would feel emptier. Reactions within the Slaton family have been mixed. Tammy Slaton, surprisingly supportive. "She ain't hurting nobody. I think it's cute," Tammy told a fan on TikTok Live. "And hey, if she gets rich making doll furniture, maybe she can buy me a tiny house." Amanda Halterman, concerned. "I'm just worried she's taking on too much," Amanda reportedly said. "She's got 2 kids, filming, now this business. I don't want her to burn out." Chris Combs, mostly amused. "She's always been crafty. I remember when she hot-glued a picture frame to the wall by accident." Even Amy's ex, Michael Halterman, allegedly made a quip about it during a custody exchange. "At least it's cheaper than your candle phase." Fan reactions online range from wild enthusiasm to mild heartbreak. Some are cheering her on. Amy deserves to follow her passion. The show will survive without her. Others are in panic mode. No Amy equals no £1,000 sisters. TLC better pay up. And some are just confused. I still don't get what a diorama is. Is it like a Showbox project from 4th grade? Here's where the rumors get extra juicy. A small but persistent claim from multiple leaks says that a streaming network has offered Amy her own crafting show, part tutorial, part reality series, mixing miniature making with snippets of her daily life as a mom. If true, this would put her in a position to make the jump from ensemble cast member to solo star, with full creative control. And let's be honest, £1,000 Sisters has never been known for showcasing hobbies outside of food, weight loss, and drama. With her own platform, Amy could share her artistry without the constraints of TLC's editing and without her craft time being reduced to a quirky side note. So, is Amy actually leaving? The signs are there. Increasing focus on her diorama content, more uploads, more collabs. Scheduling conflicts with £1,000 Sisters filming. Hints in live streams, she's dropped lines like, "I'm working on something big you don't know about yet." Fans noticing she's been absent from some group promotional appearances. TLC hasn't confirmed or denied anything. But in the world of reality TV, silence often means negotiation. For Amy, this wouldn't just be a business decision, it would be personal. She's talked before about feeling boxed in by the version of herself that exists on £1,000 Sisters. The show captures her motherhood, her relationship ups and downs, and her health journey, but not necessarily her creativity. "This hobby is mine," she reportedly told a friend. "It's something I started for me, not for the cameras." Leaving the show could also give her more time with her boys, and let's face it, diorama building is a lot easier to do from home than filming a reality series with rigid production schedules. If Amy does walk away, £1,000 Sisters will face some big challenges. Fan retention, she's arguably the emotional heart of the series. Family dynamic shift, without her, the Tammy-Amy banter is gone. Storyline gaps, the show might need to focus more on other family members like Amanda, Misty, or Chris. TLC could try to keep her in as a recurring guest rather than a main cast member, the way some reality stars soft exit, but whether Amy would agree to that is another question. From what she's hinted online, Amy's dream scenario is not to vanish from TV entirely, but to pivot. She's talked about opening a small workshop and teaching crafting classes, maybe even touring craft fairs. "I'd love to go around showing people how to make little worlds," she said in a recent TikTok. Everybody needs a tiny bit of magic. And that might just be her new motto, bringing tiny magic to a big audience. Here's my read. Amy is unlikely to announce an abrupt departure in the middle of a season. TLC contracts usually prevent that. But come renewal time, she may push for either more freedom or a spin-off. If TLC says no, the streaming platforms are waiting with open arms. If Amy Slaton does leave £1,000 Sisters, it might not be with a dramatic on-camera meltdown or a bitter fight. It could be something gentler, sweeter, like her latest diorama, a tiny porch, a warm light in the window, and a little sign on the front that reads, "Gone crafting, be back when I'm done." And maybe, just maybe, fans will follow her there even if it means swapping kitchen table drama for dollhouse-sized dreams.